You are listening to the Horse Radio Network, part of the Equine Network family.
Hey, you're listening to Adulting with Horses, the best place to be if you can't be at the barn. We are your co-hosts and equine authors, Heather Wallace and Natalie Keller Reinert. As crazy horse girls, we don't take ourselves too seriously in the saddle or out. We celebrate the things that make us different. Join us as we talk about horses and pop culture and get a little weird in a fun way. Thank you for being a little weird with us. Hey, Natalie, you awake yet?
Kind of. I'm out of cold brew, but I am drinking regular coffee, so I got that going for me.
Well, you have a little caffeination. I don't think I've eaten breakfast yet, but I'll try not to be all, shaky.
How? You were texting me at 4 a.m. That was 6 hours ago. That's a whole day ago.
First of all, yeah.
I was awake. I was like, oh, my phone's lighting up.
It's our fucking hormones.
I'm petting my cat. I was like, hey, buddy.
I don't need to know what you do in your bedroom at night. Thank you.
He's so curled up next to me.
No, I don't know what woke me up, I think. There was some random noises, and my kids came back last night with the dogs, and I was just on high alert, and then I was just like, I guess I'll just look at my phone, and then I started reading, and, went down a rabbit hole looking at the text that you had sent, and I was just like, okay, what's the point of me going back to bed? Because it's now... I have to be up by 6 anyway, so it's like...
Oh, yeah.
It's almost worse if you go back to bed for 40 minutes.
Oh, definitely.
You feel hungover.
Yeah. The cat got up at 6, and I went back to sleep for 2 hours, which was really nice. It's usually my best sleep. So, yeah.
See, I'm today I don't have anything until 3:15, 3 o'clock. So I think I'm going to take a little nap at 1. And a little post-lunch snooze fest.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I'm an afternoon napper. That's when you get me.
Yeah, but I get up so late, that's not even afternoon to me yet.
That's fair.
I don't eat lunch until 2:30.
I don't usually either. But yeah, today I'm going to make it happen because I didn't eat breakfast. But
that makes sense.
I'm working on a new project with the nicer weather out. And, I moved into the house in the fall. I had maybe a month or two of good weather and then the most horrific winter ever. And so I've been going into the garage and I have 4 or 5 boxes left to unpack. And so I went into the garage and I'm getting it all organized because that's going to be your guest room. And I was like, what the hell is this? Because I haven't seen it in 6 months and haven't missed it. Guess what the boxes are?
Oh, no. Are they things from Equine Affair?
Well, I did find a box of books. My books. So, yay. We got that going for us. Still in great condition, thankfully. But I have boxes of horse books from, our friends and from, other people, and things like that. All that were in my office from my last house.
Oh, your old office. Old office stuff is crazy.
Well, and clearly I haven't done any work since then because I haven't missed it. And then 2, I found a box of my old, a whole bunch of extra horse gear. I'm talking velvet helmets. I'm talking extra stirrup leathers, bridles, all this stuff that has just been literally growing mold because I haven't touched it. I think I have a tack problem.
Yeah, we know you have a tack problem. You've told us about your mobile tack shop, aka your horse trailer, before. I carried tack with me for a long time, and then I finally divested of it, and then I had to get more.
Right.
And now it's hard to get rid of some tack. And I have 2 saddles in my closet that just serve no purpose. One is a Wintec, the super basic Wintec, and it doesn't fit Ben. It serves. No one wants that. No one wants an old Wintec.
But what if you need it one day?
I know, but what if I do? But what are the chances? I have Ben for another, 5 or 6 years, and then I get another horse as Ben, winds down a little bit. I'll probably just get a saddle that fits that horse. What are the chances this Wintec will ever fit any of my horses, really?
Yeah.
And no one wants it.
No. They're hard as fuck.
It's made of styrofoam and
air.
nylon.
It's so hard.
And sadness. It's the saddle I rode in when I was like 13, and it was $100 then, and it's $200 now. It's the only thing that has not gone up in inflation. What am I supposed to do with it? Did I just put it out by the road and let somebody pick it up?
You could bring it back into the kitchen and make it an actual seat.
It's so ugly. It's so ugly. It's the ugliest piece of tack. I have an old Steuben that probably predates the fall of the Berlin Wall. What happens to it? It's just a piece of dying leather at this point.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that now I've seen that like repurpose and reuse that kind of stuff. So not the wind tech, okay, but like the Steuben with the leather and the tree. Like, firstly, I love to deconstruct the trees, and I can use them in my clinics and demos, right?
Oh.
So people can.
So I got to give it to you.
I might, I might snag it. Not that I need it.
You can add it to your piles and piles of tack.
Well,
that you'll never get rid of. Are you a hoarder by nature, or is it just tack?
Okay, I don't want to. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be really, really honest with you. I may have a slight dopamine/shopping problem. I don't drink liquor, not really.
Mm-hmm.
But like my newest hyperfixation is like my garden, and so like. Was I ordering a little outdoor shed to fit my new lawnmower and everything and like mulcher and everything? Yes, I was on there today and I'm putting it together tomorrow. Yeah. Horses are just part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
It's a personality issue.
I see. So mine is more of a what if I need this? I can't buy it again. I won't have any money situation. So I'm always like, well, what if I need this? Well, what if I need this? When some of this tack that I have, like if I needed it, that would be bad because it would probably break and then I would die. So I'm like actually
stretching and then molding.
Yeah, I've got all these. Yeah. I've got old bridal pieces. I have a brow band I've had since I was 15.
Yeah, that's definitely not usable.
It wasn't. Well, I mean, it's a brow band, so it's highly decorative. But like, it was old when I got it. Somebody gave it to me. And it's now 30 years older than that. And I've used it on Ben. It's very pretty. But, I could buy another one for $20. And it would be prettier because it would be shinier.
It's funny because, like, when I moved, I did, like, a massive clean out. Like, I sold a whole bunch of stuff. I donated a whole bunch of stuff. I garbaged a whole lot of stuff. And so it's funny because, like, in my new house, because it's small, everything has a place. And if I don't have a place for it, I can't get it. Like, I don't need it. Yeah. Right? Like, I've been very, very good about it. So I feel like my garage is, like, the last Wild West of everything. But I'm not getting rid of books. Like, are you crazy? Like, like, that's not something I'm going to get rid of. I don't know.
I've got some books I've acquired over the past 2 years that need to go.
But donate them to a library. Yeah, you don't want to.
They gotta go. I'm not throwing them away.
Don't burn them.
Some of them I'd like to punch. I don't burn things. I'm not one of those country people that needs to set a fire every 35 seconds.
You do live in like a redneck town, though.
And I saw somebody commented on one of the burn ban posts on Facebook because obviously we're in literally an exceptional drought. It's like the desert here, and somebody posts like, "Oh, I got this big pile of tree branches I need to get rid of." I was like, why do you have to set fire to them? I always have tree branches too, and I make a pile of them, and you put some leaves with them, and in a season they break down.
Yeah, it becomes compost.
They stop being a big pile, and they start being a little pile. Like, are you okay? You stop burning everything. People are so insane.
I mean, that's how you get wildfires, because we get some nasty ones up
here.
So yeah, so it's, I mean.
Yeah. Don't burn things. Don't burn books either. Don't burn Wintex saddles. The fumes.
Oh my god, you will definitely die. I don't want to know what formaldehyde is included in that.
Better saddles through chemistry.
Yeah, not that I'm hating on Wintec. If it works for you, it works for you. Okay, but it is, and it was my first saddle. I feel like it's a good starter saddle. Like
it's wonderful. I feel like it's a rite of passage. That first Wintec. It's not even called a pro. I think it's just a sport, a Wintec sport. I taught my horse to jump in a Wintec dressage saddle.
Yeah. Well, I'm just like, I'm 48 now, and I need cushion for my tushin. Okay,
it makes a huge difference.
I need wool flocking. I need some stability. Like, I need give in the leather. Like, I work really hard to afford my horses, and the few times that I ride, I don't want to be sitting on a rock.
You know what? I love that. I love that, actually. It goes back to that pleasure riding concept of I only ride when the temperature is nice.
Yeah.
And I need to be comfortable while I'm doing it because I work hard for this privilege. And what's the point in getting off
Oh my God. I have
stiff and sore and miserable?
Yeah, like last year, I don't think I took the sheepskin that I had custom made to my saddle, by the way. The sheepskin, I didn't take it off until like July because it moisture wicks. So it's, yeah, and so I just wash it. I mean, it's comfortable. You air dry it.
Hey, if it's good enough for the Queen of England, it's good enough for Heather.
I'm a heathen. Like I only want comfort at this stage of my life. I've been uncomfortable too much.
I agree. I fully agree. I am wearing one of the Botori.
Me too.
Tech tops. Oh my God, that is so funny.
Yeah. Are we wearing
That's such a good color for you. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, same for you. You're spring and I'm an autumn.
I think it makes me look even paler. But anyway, I'm wearing like pink for people who aren't looking. I don't usually wear pink. But I like a comfy shirt that hugs. Sometimes I just want to be hugged all the time, but not actually be touched. Oh God. And it's one of those things where it's like, does this shirt cost more than a t-shirt? Yes, it does. Does it make me feel exquisitely cozy? Oh, yeah.
But it's so well made. And so like today I'm wearing my Botori base layer and my Dapple Bay sweatshirt that says
recognize that
dress on some class. And so it's a fun day, but like, do I wear my equestrian clothing around on the streets? Yes. Do I wear it at the barn? Not always.
I know. Some of it's too nice. So here's when I was thinking about. So I bought a gorgeous saddle pad back when our friend Taylor came down to do photos for the Jump's release and like the marketing for the Jump. I was like, Taylor, I know we're gonna do some under saddle photos. I have this top from the Proper Fox, which is like this light sage and cream color.
Yes.
And I want a saddle pad that complements that. And so we went to World Equestrian Center together and we looked at saddle pads and I found the perfect one.
Really?
It's this gorgeous, it's not a sage, it's a little more olive than that. And it has navy piping and I was wearing navy breeches.
Oh my
God.
God.
I was like, this saddle pad is so beautiful. I'm going to die. It's also a little harder to find dressage tack there because there was a lot of show jumping stuff because it was during, whatever. And so it was the right size. And it was $100. And I was like, I have to buy it, right? I have to buy it. So I ended up buying the saddle pad to use in this photo shoot. And then I folded it up and I put it back in the bag that it came from.
Where it will remain.
Where it will remain because it was $100. And as much pleasure as I got out of seeing it on my horse, and as much pleasure as I got from comments on social media saying, oh my God, I love that saddle pad. Absolutely not. I am not using that saddle pad every day. I'm not using that saddle pad any day.
I have an idea for you.
I'm going to
make a shadow. Oh, sorry. You should make a shadow box with the Jump and your top and the saddle pad and put it together. Especially when you get like a New York Times bestseller, like you should get and have that printed out and get a little shadow box and put it up on the wall.
It's like, that's a fun idea because it's like putting up your like jockey silks and horseshoes and a trophy together. I love that idea. My actual plan for the saddle pad is to like use it. You know how Susan Friedland sets up a beautiful Baker blanket set with her books? I was going to use the saddle pad and maybe like a bridle draped over it.
Cute.
And then set the books against it. So I was like, now it's a piece of decor.
Oh yeah, you're getting fancy. You could almost tax exempt it now.
Exactly. It is a business expense.
Yes.
It is a marketing purchase. It was used for a photo shoot and it is used for marketing. It cannot be used every day. And so the saddle pad thing is something that haunts me. It haunts me, Heather, because
Tell me why, Natalie.
I love a saddle pad. So number one, I am bothered by the extent to which I love a saddle pad. It's like you don't want to like something, but you want that thing.
Like
Do
men,
you know what I mean?
like how I feel about men.
Yeah. Very similarly, where you look at society and you're like, I want to hate that thing, but I also
fortunately
covet
am
that thing.
biologically inclined toward that thing.
Right. So I'm biologically inclined to want all of the saddle pads.
I think I've never related to anything more.
Yeah, I like two things that I like that I should not like just based on my personality, are purses and really expensive saddle pads.
I don't think
neither
I've
of those
ever
things
seen
should appeal to me, and yet they both do deeply.
I don't think I've ever seen you with like a small purse, like maybe like a tote bag or like a backpack.
I actually have so many purses.
I actually just bought a purse when I was gone.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's what I always want to buy. I'm like, I'm going to buy a purse. I'm going to buy a purse. I love purses. But I make myself like wait and get the one that I really want. Mm-hmm. So sometimes it takes me like 2 years to pick out.
But that's okay. Purse. That's okay. I mean, I was there with you when you bought your citrus shirt on clearance at WEC. And that was like such a big deal. So you've come very far in your shopping journey, and I'm proud of you.
Well, I still bought the purse on clearance.
Well, it's okay. I'm a bargain shopper. I mean, I was talking to somebody, I forget, maybe my handyman. He's so lovely. He's so nice. And he was talking about like my hat collection and how he's got a big shoe collection. Like, right, we've all got something. And I love an accessory. And, you know, he's like Latino and he loves his shoes and like he feels really good about like his collection. He's got a whole room for them. And we're talking, and I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest, most of my clothing is from like Amazon, Target, you know, unless it's my nice horse clothing. Like a lot of my t-shirts are from Kohl's. You know, like I don't spend a lot on my clothing. And that's probably why I have 2 closets full. You know, which is like unnecessary. I'll be honest, TikTok I bought a couple dresses off of. You know, I'm pretty proud of. Like they look really cute. And, you know, like I'm not like going to be spending millions of dollars on things that I very rarely get to wear. So I kind of, you know, my saddles, I spend my money on my saddles.
You do. I admire you very much for the investment in saddlery that you have made, because I haven't yet been able to bring myself to invest really well in saddlery. And so one of my saddle pads that I love very dearly is an Equine Comfort pad that you recommended to me. Oh, yeah. With like memory foam. Yeah. And it's like a teal color, and it has the inserts right in it. And
you could just adjust it as your horse like grows in muscle or doesn't.
Or has absolutely no muscle. Yeah, whichever of those things is accurate. I love that pad. And the thing about it is it does a job. It's a pretty color, and I don't actually need more than that. Because if I buy another one, then I also have a separate Equine Comfort pad to go on, you know, to fit different shapes of saddle, like AP versus dressage. So I can use a different saddle pad and put the separate one, the half pad on top of it. So I have that ability.
Yeah,
and that sort of opens up the possibility of like, do I need more saddle pads in different colors and trims and braids? Do I need those things?
You do love a matchy. No, here's the thing, though. Do we really need it, or do we just want it, right?
Yeah, so, like we 100% don't need it.
Right.
But it also takes me back. Like I start thinking, like what did I start with? I started in the Navajo saddle pad era, and those were magnificent.
I still have those. I put them on my tack boxes.
They're so pretty.
Yeah.
So there was a stack of them. I learned to ride at a like a fancy hunter barn, and there was a stack of them in the tack room. And I would always try for the pink one with blue trim, like blue zigzags, and then I would end up a lot with the white one with hunter green, which I didn't like. The way you would fold it over the withers and probably make sure your saddle didn't fit at all whatsoever.
You know,
and then you had to use a lollipop pad to lift the cantle because you had quadrupled the fabric over the withers, so now your saddle was sitting up.
So you're like sitting on their butt.
Was there no physics back then? We just looked at things and we were like, oh, that makes sense.
No, it was more like my horse isn't bucking, everything's fine. You know, I actually had a client today. I did the whole barn for saddle fit, and I do the whole barn for bodywork. And so the horse has been acting out. And it's not like him. He's a cranky guy, but he's been acting out at the mounting block like really bad. And I was like, we haven't checked the saddle in a really long time. Like, let's check the pad, let's check the saddle, let's check everything. And, we ruled things out, which is great. But, like, you got to check that shit because, oh, my God. I mean, people will go years without checking. And your horse changes so much. Like, Ferris changed so much from winter to spring that I was like, oh, I might have to put my other saddle on him temporarily until he's, like, muscled up enough to fit this one.
Yeah, I should probably have somebody come out now that you mention it.
It's better to get it done every 6 months to a year. Like, the year would be max. That's what I usually recommend. And I have some people that I'll go out every 3 months because the horse is coming out of rehab and is changing so much, but that's not usual.
Yeah.
That's not usual.
I had him done in August, I think. And then he's done almost nothing since August, so he's probably exactly the same. Because he hasn't done anything, but he could use a look.
Well, and nutrition and muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, I always tell people, like, I like having a shim pad option in case they have that time off, and then I have a regular pad. I mean, I've had the same pads. They're just standard white with like wither relief. They fit my saddle. I got them with my saddles, actually. I've been using the same saddles for like the last 5 or 6 years. I just wash them. And then I have the fun one. I have like the unicorn wing saddle, like the Pegasus one that I rode in one time that I got at Horse World Expo. I had to have it. And I rode Ferris in it once. Yeah. Like, and I'm like, who am I trying to impress? Like, it's cute, but like...
But yeah, I get dressed in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. I like, I put on breeches and a shirt that matches sometimes. The socks never match because I have a limited number of socks. Yeah. And and I go out and I choose my saddle pad from my collection. And I only have like 3. All right, it's not a huge collection. But I choose which one I like the best that day.
Or what matches your outfit.
Or what matches my outfit. It's not even like I'm taking pictures of it. I'm just like, I like the way I look and I like the way my horse looks. It's the one time of day where I feel put together. And oh my God, that might be it.
And then you go home and you're like, quick, let's take the bra off and put on my pajamas again.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh gosh, that it is the one time when I ever feel put together. It's like the only outfit I know how to put together. Period.
So maybe that's why you're drawn to the pads in general,
It's the only coordination I understand because I can't buy a pair of like trousers that I can coordinate with something else because then I have to figure out how they fit and where the waist is and like a whole lot of miserable,
too much effort,
anxiety-inducing, effort. I start sweating. It's terrible. Whereas I can buy a saddle pad and instantly feel put together and coordinated. Okay, so we've solved saddle pads.
That's like a stim.
What's next?
Like, yeah, I think
it is like a stim, but it's a satisfaction that I can't get anywhere else in society. Woe is me.
Well, I mean,
I'm bad at clothes.
Well, and that's okay because it doesn't take a lot to be matchy with your horse. Like Zoe got that really early on. So she's had Odin now 2 years in this March. And, oh my gosh, that's really cute. Okay, sorry.
That's wow. We've been through it, haven't we?
We've been through it. So she's heading into like her second, we're going into our 3rd year together, second show season. So, but what she asked for Christmas, a 15-year-old. So like, just keep in mind, she didn't ask for makeup or clothes. She asked for a ear bonnet and matching saddle pad so that she can match it to the barn's colors.
Yes.
Right? Like, her priorities are so good right now as a 15-year-old.
Do you know what I asked for Christmas when I was 15?
What?
A quarter sheet.
Yeah.
A burgundy quarter sheet.
Nice.
And I think there was something else on offer, and quarter sheets were expensive. And my mom was like, "Are you sure you want a quarter sheet?" Because it was, and I was at the big crazy eventing barn then, and I was like, "Yes, I need a quarter sheet. Yeah. Everyone has a quarter sheet.
You can't be the only one without it. It's embarrassing."
And I loved that quarter sheet. We all loved our quarter sheet so much. That was the trend that season, I guess.
I have a quarter sheet, and I couldn't tell you the last time I used it because I left the fancy hunter barn, and then I let my horses get furry. Yeah, so I don't need it.
No,
but I still have it.
I don't think we needed it either. I don't recall my horse being clipped.
So he's just like, sweating to the oldies, having a heart attack under you.
Yeah, he was fine. He's a thoroughbred. He liked it. It
They do
was
they do sweat.
yeah.
So they went pretty
He
well.
was like, "Oh my god, I'm so sweaty! Ha, I feel so good." It was in Maryland. It was cold that winter. It was 96. We had the blizzard that winter. Yeah, I don't remember us really clipping because our barn was really cold. It was like one of those big warehouse barns.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't really remember clipping being a thing. And we didn't show until April. The first event was the end of April. So
Yeah.
I don't know. We just all had to have quarter sheets. So we could.
I mean, like if Delight were rideable, I would probably put a quarter sheet on him over the winter because he was blanketed a lot this year because it was just so horrific. But normally he does, get fur and not nearly as much as the pony with with Cushing's, clearly. But like he turns into a full Muppet. Ferris will be shedding out until the end of June, and then like
immediately restarts.
Immediately August, he already starts getting his hair back. It is this poor boy.
I know.
Getting
That's what
older
the mini is like. The mini is like I've clipped his neck and shoulders because we still have some cold nights, but not that many. And he
Sorry for the dog.
Almost I felt like he was going to break my clippers just doing that little tiny amount. It's so much hair. So much hair. But it
yeah, there's so much hair.
The worst thing that happens when you get old is you just grow a lot of hair, I guess.
I mean, well, I was watching Summer House with my daughter. We've been watching it religiously, and my daughter's like, "He's cute, but he's really hairy." And I was just like, "Yeah." I think a lot of millennial men got the waxing vibe, but like this one didn't, and he is just like so hairy. And then we were on the cruise, and there's all different body types and personality types or whatever, and I was just like, yeah, this is why we clip men sometimes. Like I was like, so actually we're having like a really bad so my daughter is showing on Sunday and she's having a total crash out. Do you want to know why?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Everyone wants to know.
It could be because, her horse has been in work all winter with her, but he hasn't had training because we had to pay for extra hay. So like I got a budget, right? So he's a little forward. So they have to jump a full course this weekend. So I was like, "Oh, I'm sure he's feeling better, right?" Like he did 10 courses yesterday with the trainer. And she's like, "No, that's not it." And she's like so upset. I'm like, "What is going on?" She goes, "I heard you and Robin talking about roaching his mane for the show because his mane is like sticking up in places, and it's like, it needs to be pulled at the very least. He's a hairy boy. He's a cob, and so she's like so. He looks really cute with a mohawk, by the way, but
Most
she is
ponies
like,
do. I would have died too at that age. And now I'm like, oh, cute, let's roach. Forget it. She should learn how to just thin it with a thinning comb, like with one or a mane knife. She could do it. She's a big girl.
I know. And a part of me wants to be like, stop being helpless. Like, this is your pony. If you don't want to roach, tell the trainer, and then come up with an option.
Yeah, like open TikTok.
Yeah.
Type in thinning mane. I'm sure it's in there. And go from there. Like, that's how people learn, right? They go on TikTok and they search it. I think that's how kids learn.
That or YouTube.
I mean, it's her pony. Come on.
That's what I told her. I said, stop getting upset and just, like, deal with it. Like, you want to be mature. You want to do all these things. I said, you got to tell the trainer no now. Like, and it's scary for her.
That's an important lesson. Oh, did I tell you? I didn't tell you this. When I was in Cincinnati, and we had I had the book event up there.
I forget about Cincinnati.
I know. Well, this funny thing happened there. There was a man there. He was a husband of one of my fans, and he was sitting in the back with his arms crossed. And then he said, "Well, if the girl doesn't like what the trainer is doing, why doesn't the girl just tell the trainer to stop?"
Yeah, that doesn't happen. I'm sorry.
Then he's like, "I had a trainer and I didn't like what they were doing, and I told them to stop and do it my way, and they did because it was my money." And I said, "Well, sir, that's because you're a man." And he got really defensive about it. And then it came out that the trainer that he told what to do was a woman. And she folded and did what he said. And then it came out that he had literally known her since she was a child. So she was already used to being bullied.
So he was already in a position of authority.
Yeah. So I think that a teenager questioning their trainer's authority over something minor like a mane is actually like an amazing life lesson.
It is, and it's
You
so
have to
funny
start
because,
somewhere.
Like, well, and it's not like our trainer is scary. It's
No,
like,
exactly.
she's like
Yeah.
her aunt. Like she
Yeah.
literally has raised her at the barn. Like
She's not one of those terror traders.
No, she's the nicest person in the world, and it's
Mm-hmm.
so funny. And like her daughter is like my niece, so
Mm-hmm.
it's very much a family thing. And I was just like, well, this is the perfect opportunity for you to be like, oh hey, I would rather we didn't do this. Are there any other options? Like, what do I need to do? And then she would tell you, but you have to give your opinion, and she's going to tell you her opinion, and then you guys can meet because like she's very open to that kind of thing.
She's just, you
Not how
know,
trainers are, you know,
right. But it's at any point in her life, she's going to encounter people that are like, this is a solution that's easiest for me. And unless you give me a reason to
Not
change
to.
that mind, then obviously I'm going to do what's easiest for me.
Yeah. I mean, and she's got so many horses going to the show, and she just doesn't have time to deal with it. So, like, if Zoe wants to deal with it and come up with another presentable option, that's great,
Right.
you know? And so it was kind of funny. And I'm like, you know, this is a good problem for a 15-year-old to have because she's not complaining about boys. She's not having drama with her friends or, like, worries about her grades. She's worrying about her pony getting his head, you know, his mane snipped. Like, I love this for her. This is the life I want my child to have.
This is what my agent came to my book event and my parents were there. And so they were introduced. And my agent says to my mom, what did you think of all this? Like when she was growing up and it was all horses, horses, horses. What was that like for you guys? And my mom says, oh, we always knew where she was.
Yes.
And she was like, what? She's like, yeah, there was no boys. There was no going out with people. She was at the barn all the time.
No, and it's so funny because my daughters have interacted with a lot of like males because all their friends at the barn bring their boyfriends. Like the boyfriends know that if they want to see their girlfriends, they're going to be doing it at the barn on nights and weekends. And I love that for them. I think
Absolutely.
I've sat with a couple of the boyfriends and they've asked me questions while like the kids were riding, and it's great for me, you know, because I get to kind of see how all the kids are thinking these days.
No, that's super interesting. I love that for you.
Yeah.
And you could write a YA novel with that kind of knowledge. And also, are they learning to properly video their girlfriends are riding? Because that's important.
Yes. So not only are we're doing that, but we're also talking about like what direction they're coming from and like how to get the good angles. So like I'm helping behind the scenes.
My God, you're like a fairy godmother for these girls. They don't even know.
Oh my God. Yeah.
You're there fixing their boyfriends for them.
Yes.
Magical. And then you can explain to them buying saddle pads for Christmas.
I'm there, baby. Like you know me, I love to help a person out. I actually saved someone's life yesterday. I can't believe I buried this lead. Since we're talking about help and, you know, I'm naturally just very helpful. I try, you know.
I think that's true.
If I'm not in a bad mood, right? If I'm in a shit mood,
yeah,
I turn a little bit, you know. Anyway. So the barn owner, like the guy who owns the property, he had a friend visit, and I'm in one of the stalls working on the horses, and I hear, oh my God, they're so big. Are the doors closed? Like, I'm terrified, like all the things. And this woman had never been around horses. She was like scared. And he was like trying to introduce her. He's like, it's okay. Come in, come meet my horse or whatever. So I brought one of the horses who I'd known since he was a baby, like literally a year old, over to say hi so he could do a selfie with her. And then at one point, I don't know, I somehow interjected myself into their hang. I was walking out and she hid behind me, because he opened the stall door, and then they did have the stall guard up.
Yeah.
And so the horse was sticking his head over, like looking for a treat or a picture, and she like jumped behind me, and I was like, I just saved your life. And like, did he try to leave the stall? No. But it was really great because by the end of my daughter's lesson, so I went up and watched the lesson and came back, the girl was walking around the property, she was asking questions about the horses, and I was so proud of her. I don't even know this woman. I brought Delight out on the cross ties, and now he's massive. He's like 16'3", and he's built. Like, he is a stud. And he was getting his hooves done, and we were grooming, and she comes into the barn, and she goes, can I walk past him? And I said, absolutely the fuck you can. And she, without even blinking, went under the cross tie and walked right past my evil little Delight, who everybody is scared of, in theory. And what did he do? Not a damn thing. I was so proud of her.
She had no negative energy.
Scariest horse in the barn. She walked right past him like it wasn't a thing. Now I say that he's not really the scariest horse in the barn, but
he would look at to a civilian.
He does, yeah, to someone who doesn't know.
You're on the way, man. We're converting another one. In a year, she's going to be listening to this show and looking at her saddle pad collection.
Honestly, it's just it's our cult one day at a time.
It is.
One unsuspecting person at a time.
Listen, I have a lot of experience with cults. I know how to make this work.
And it's funny because I at one point I was like, that's my daughter and her pony over there. And she goes, oh my God, they come that small? I said, yes, and he loves people. So you should go say hi to him because he will nicker and be cute and he will be in your pocket and then you will fall in love and you are going to want to come play with us. But yeah, I felt pretty good about the interaction because she was so terrified. I felt like I helped her out a little bit. And then I was so proud at the end. I just was like, wow, we got another horse girl.
It's so funny what you can do. One day, Calvin was coming home from college and his girlfriend was here already. And she was getting onto his Spotify while he was in the car and she kept changing the music. It's a ridiculous thing. So he texted me and he was like,
make her stop.
Can you give Nikki something to do? So because he was driving and it was a boring drive, I took pity on him. And I texted her and I said, hey, do you want to come outside and play with the horses? And she's like, yeah. So she runs out and I gave her my target and the bag of treats. And I was like, touch the target, get a click, get a treat. And she had those two. She's smiling. She's like, I'm out of treats. I was like, you got to run back in and get more. She was clicker training them all over the property.
That's awesome.
I know. It was so cute. I was like, she likes marine biology and stuff. So now she already knows how to do clicker training. She can train dolphins.
That's perfect. It's like the reverse Shauna Karish.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And start with horses. They're more accessible. You don't have, dolphins are accessible in Florida, but you're not really supposed to mess with them. So
you see them as often as you do
yeah.
Orcas are a little hard to find in Florida.
Yeah, they're pretty rare. We don't have seals. So
I guess seals in New Jersey.
Yeah. Maybe you could clicker train a manatee, but you're not supposed to touch them either. So.
Yeah. What would they boop?
Their whole face is a boop.
I know.
They do a boop. They get a piece of lettuce. Do a boop because they like romaine.
Oh, is it? They're specifically romaine. That's a fun fact I didn't know.
That's what they seem to feed them at the zoos and
okay.
Like at Epcot and stuff. They feed. I've always been told they feed them romaine. We had extra cabbage from a recipe and it was in a bag and I was like, well, we can feed that to our gopher tortoise. So we went out and shook it around the gopher tortoise hole, and the tortoise ate all the cabbage.
Oh, that's so fun.
I know. Let's feed him every day so he comes out looking for it. And then we'll have to leave notes for the farms that are please feed the gopher tortoise's cabbage.
I have a mission to be fair. So I have one side of my house that is all songbirds and doves. And
yeah.
All really pretty. And then for my night garden, I think I'm going to try to lure some crow friends.
Well, yeah, so you need peanuts.
Yeah, I have them. And dog food.
And corn. They like corn.
Do they?
Yeah, they've been coming and they have some nests in the trees in the front. And they've been coming down to my feeder and getting corn, but they don't like people at all. I know I'm so threatening and I've been feeding them for 3 years. So they still, if I walk over to my storm door and look out, they fly away.
So, but it's probably because the people who lived across from you previously who maybe traumatized them.
Maybe, but they're eating my corn. They're like, oh, it's the lady that feeds us. Let's get the hell out of here as fast as we can. Like, screw you, stupid crow.
Well, they're just smart. It's like what a gold digger, right? It's like
totally
saying yes to a date,
and it's the same one,
and then ghosting them.
Yeah, there's a crow with a bad leg, and he's lived here the whole time.
Oh wow,
we could be buds if you wanted to be, but no, you have to be all stuck up about it.
I'm sorry.
I am too. I mean, I could probably go to a little more effort with the personalized food. Yeah. But, I only have so many hours a day, and right now I just don't have crow army time. I think maybe someday I'll have crow army time, but not right now.
I get it. And I want to keep them separate from the songbirds, obviously. So
I think it's a really cool idea.
Yeah, and it's going to perpetuate my day garden, night garden vibe, right?
It's the coolest thing I've ever heard of. I love it so much.
I know my daughters are really into it. They're like, "What do you?" I was like, "I have a whole plan, guys."
Oh my god. One's all just like got like silver moons and stuff in it, and one's like sunflowers. La 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 la. Oh,
Well,
God,
it's like,
so great.
so one side of my house gets a lot of shade and then some partial sun. So I want to do like hellebores and like night blooming jasmine.
Yeah.
And there is, I don't know if I'm going to go down this road. We're talking about hoarders, right? Jesus Christ. I mean, like, I'm not allowed at the garden center right now I have to bring cash. I'm not allowed with a credit card. It's a type of petunia it's called a firefly petunia. It's actually been genetically modified to glow in the dark.
What?
Using
have to.
bioluminescence. I'm like, I mean, I have to. I have a night garden, for the love of fucking God.
I kind of think I need a pot of those. I'm going to look for that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. I think they're a little hard keepers. So that might be something I add in after I figure out what I'm doing with my own.
Yeah, I would just put it in a container.
Right.
So you can like micromanage it. But
kind of
what
remove it.
you night and day your horses too?
Ooh, what do you mean?
So you make all of one horse's stuff like dark and evil looking, and you make all of or just sorcerousy kind of like moons
like dark,
and stars,
feminine kind of vibe.
Yeah, and then you make the other one like super poppy and dorky and like smiley faces, like 70s dumb and flowers,
like sunshine and
like
grump vibes.
Exactly. Like, yeah, one's like total sorcery, and then one is basically the fake hippie stuff from the 90s we all liked so much.
Yeah.
Yes. A boho, exactly.
Yeah.
Do that. You don't have to do it all the time, but it'd be really funny if you did it for a while and you saw who noticed.
That would be fun.
A 6-month experiment where one horse's halter is all like, have a nice day, smiley faces, and one is like...
I think, Delight needs that
black
one.
cats.
Because Delight has
I think Delight would definitely be the boho. Yeah.
Oh, totally. Like anybody, and I'm so excited actually. We just have to talk for a minute about how you're coming up in August and you're going to actually meet my horses for the first time.
I am! It's finally happening!
You know what we should do? We should get Miss Taylor on the line and get her to come out and take some photos for us, the podcast.
Document it. We should though.
We really good idea.
We've never done it. We've never done podcast photos. We just have our iPhone photos from Equine Affair, the worst lighting
Selfies
in mankind. The gray lighting that makes you look like they found you in a river.
And it gives me migraines and it makes me look like I have like jaundice.
It really is so horrible.
Maybe we need a tent.
Yeah, we need a tent and like soft lighting.
We'll bring the fairy lights with us. I have a list for Equine Affair this year, so I'm really excited about it.
That's exciting.
Yeah. I have some of the things we talked about last year. I still have it in my Amazon cart. Like, ready to go. But no, I mean, I think we should do that because, and I've talked about this. Like Ferris I think it's very much, my horses are like you and me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I give golden retriever energy, but I'm secretly a black cat, and you give black cat energy, but you're secretly a golden retriever.
So true.
And my horses are exactly the same. The one that everyone's afraid of is actually the super sweet.
Yeah.
It's the other one that you got to watch out for. And I feel like that's so us.
I feel like Ben's the same as me too, where he's like, he'll make faces and be like, I'm the evilest horse in the world. And he's like, can I lick your arm for 25 minutes?
Yeah. And then it's so funny because like my daughter called me out because we were traveling and she's like, Mom, I know you're trying to teach us like best practices and stuff, but she's like, you're being an asshole. And I was like, you know what? You're right. Thanks for calling me out on it because sometimes I can be an asshole and I don't always want to be an asshole. And I appreciate you letting me know. So I could like,
that's very graceful.
Yeah. Well, I had to get, it took a while to get there to receive criticism,
right.
Well. And also, I mean, listen, I can't be everyone's favorite all the time, right? And she did it in such a nice way to be like, Mom, that was too much. That embarrassed me. And I don't think you need to say that as loud. And I was like, you know what? That's fair. Because if she were just making snide comments behind my back, I would have kept doing it. But the fact is, and I'm not like a Karen or anything like that. But like in this instance, I had a Karen moment where we were putting their bags up above and Guy had a backpack up there. And I had I was like, girls, just so you know, backpacks don't belong up here. They go under your seat. I said, so don't be like that guy. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
Yeah, so I put my backpack up there and I check my bag like an adult because I need room for my feet.
Yes.
And you're just going to have to cope, baby doll.
Well, and that's it. I didn't move his backpack. Like, it stayed there. Like, but I was just like, girls, don't be like that guy. You know? And again, it was rude. It was a travel day. I'm not at my best, okay, when I'm traveling.
I remember explaining to Calvin, like, when we first started traveling overseas, like, the day after we land, after an overnight flight, Mom is not herself.
Right.
Mom's going to fight. No, she doesn't usually fight. Today, she's a bad person. And
choosing violence.
Just, I apologize. I haven't slept in a very long time, and I'm going to be nasty. And that's just, until I have a nap, that's just who I am. And he was like, okay. And, if that means I'm mean twice a year.
But it's like, listen, we're not perfect, right? Mm-hmm. And I know that I have some bad tendencies, and I can be very, I have, shall we say judgmental?
I mean, a normal level of judgmental.
I'm a Libra, like, justice and fairness is important to me. And if somebody is, if there's not enough room for our bags because someone had a tiny little backpack, my sense of justice got a little heated. And was it appropriate? No, it was not appropriate, and I admit that. But I didn't start a fight or anything, and I wasn't videotaped. I just said something to the girls, and I don't even think the guy heard me. I don't even know whose bag it was, to be fair. And then, but yeah, listen, we all have a dark side. Yeah, just it has to sneak out sometime. I usually try, and you'll understand this. My dark side comes out in terms of road rage.
It does.
Yes. That's where I just scream a lot. I just scream a lot. But if I don't get it out, I can't be the sweet person I am on a day-to-day basis.
And you're a person that vocalizes to work your way through just about anything.
Yes, that's true.
Is what I have found. So that's fine. If you have to scream, at least you're screaming with the windows up.
Yeah, and I'm not driving erratically.
Yep.
I'm not cutting people off. I have to vent my frustrations.
Yeah,
vocally. But yeah, I admit that I have moments where I'm like, oh, that was a dick thing. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. I've said that to Ben.
Really?
Ben, that was a dick move. I apologize, and he's just like, okay.
Yeah.
But I did. I apologized.
Well, see, the nice thing about Delight is he also has dick moves, so we get each other. Delight and I are actually the same exact soul. I think we share a soul.
It's so awkward.
It is.
You're dude, this is my soul.
He's a lot better looking than I am. Oh my God. Yeah. But the opinions he would have, Jesus. I don't know if anyone's ready for that.
That's a book you could write. One of the species jump ones or shifters, I guess, and you could be all of his judgmentalness. As you could take him to New York City and just listen to him bitch and be like, I think you belong in a pasture. I don't think this is good for you. That would be funny. He's like, no, I want to be a human. And you're like, I think this is bad for your blood pressure. Being a human is not your thing. We're taking you back to the farm.
This is not for you, and I'm stressed listening to the internal
you
monologue.
Get your wish. You're like, oh, I've made my horse into human. And you're like, oh, you do not belong here.
Go back.
You're so mean.
That sounds right. Yeah. Yeah. Ferris, though, I think Ferris would be really funny. He would be a Dan Levy kind of personality. He's just he's got that cool exterior, and he's very, very smart looking. And then he opens his mouth and he's just no, love
that. I don't know what Ben would be like. He's just he swaggers, and then he's like, ugh. Ugh, and I don't know who that would be. It's just oh, no, absolutely not.
I condemn all of you. That's really funny. I know. I think our animals have such personalities. My dog who was howling before because, God forbid, the bird ate from the bird feeder. He's been asking to go out for 20 minutes, and he's too polite to bark or do anything like that, really. So he just goes and stands by the door, looks at me mourningly. And then he comes over, looks at me, and he's like, "Did you see me standing over there?"
Did you see
I
the
saw
face?
it. He's like
I made
so
the face.
polite. He like is so non-confrontational. And then his brother is like, "Bitch, let me out, or I'm going to pee on your rug right now." So like for that one, I get up. You know what I mean? But so it's because that's like an emergency situation. So now I feel bad. But we should talk adulting horses for the week, and then I could let my dog pee.
Yes, we should. Wins for the week. Well. It's like I truly gave it no thought this morning.
As usual.
Yeah, because it was early, and I was like, I wonder if we're going to do a podcast. And then the link appeared, and I was like, we're going to do a podcast. And yeah, I mean, listen, I'm just having like a weird admin week where I keep thinking I'm going to read a lot, and instead I get emails telling me to do stuff, and I'm like, I guess I have to do this thing because I'm prepping for Kentucky 3-day event, and we're still marketing for my book, which is great because everyone told me that your publisher would stop marketing the day it came out, and apparently not because we're still marketing, and they're still asking me to do things. So I started copy edits for foaling season, which is my next release. So that's actually pretty cool because I started copy edits and the copy editor left a note at the beginning before any of their like questions or I deleted this hyphen. Wow, she deleted a lot of hyphens. Saying how much she enjoyed the book and the characters and that she enjoyed getting to know more about equestrian life as she was reading the book. So that was really cool. That was a good way to start a copy editor relationship.
Yes.
I think.
Less scary.
Yeah, like, this isn't going to be a takedown of everything that I've written.
Right.
She has found timeline issues, but I was able to, sort of vague up the dates a little bit, so it's not such a big deal. So that's pretty great. I think it's going to be a pretty breezy copy edit, which is really nice.
I love that for you.
Yeah, so I haven't had to write anything new in, like, a week. Well, it'll be a week tomorrow. And I do already miss it.
That's good though, but you need to miss it sometimes, I think.
Yeah. So so I'm on a downturn where I am just correcting the stuff that I've already written and I don't have to write anything new and I don't have to use my brain for that. So I'm resting in a manner of speaking.
I love that.
Isn't that adorable?
Well, I'm proud of the fact that I helped someone feel a little bit less scared of horses, especially coming off of my asshole behavior on the plane.
Turned it around.
I did. I turned it around. That's who I usually am. I'm usually the nicer person.
Yeah.
And then, I'm starting to feel that itch to sit down in front of the computer and get back to my writing. Yeah, I've been dealing with the house stuff and the divorce stuff and then the travel stuff, and like I'm actually like getting to the point where I was like, ooh, like it might be nice to sit in front of my computer for a little bit today. So I'm excited. I feel like I'm starting to like get that like creative fire coming back.
Yeah, and I don't know if you react to sunlight the same way that I do, but I feel so much less rushed when the day is longer.
Yes.
I just feel like I'm like, okay, I have some time to sit down and play with this thing because it's not going to be dark in 2 hours after the sun came up. So
yeah, and I get
really
a little bit of that functional freeze too, because like if I have things planned throughout the day, like I have to pick up my kids and then we have a therapy appointment and then we have to do the like what's the point of me getting really started and involved in like my book when I have to when I know I have to stop. Like sometimes it's hard for me to stop. So this weekend I'm actually pretty excited because I have some events at night. Like I'm going to go to the Paranormal Circus.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then the next night I have a concert and I'm there for the opening band. So I get to go to bed early. And then my daughter has a horse show. So, but it's like fun things. So I'm thinking I might sit down and each day set aside a couple hours and just like get to writing.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
I know. I'm like, am I going to write something even while I'm just like doing these copy edits? My too little.
Of course you are.
Once I catch up on this stuff, like today, I'm going to an event at the Links in Gainesville tonight, and beforehand, I'm going to help a friend out with Scrivener. She just got Scrivener.
Nice.
And
that's what I use.
This is too complicated. Yeah, and you really only need to use like 3 functions on Scrivener.
You don't have to do it all.
Yeah, so people get really overwhelmed by it, and it's like, no, it just like keeps your scenes in order so you don't have to scroll up and down. And it gives you a word
and
count.
you can move chapters and like,
Yeah.
but you don't have to use everything.
No, I don't even know the half of what it does, and I've been using it for over 10 years. Apparently, it is a name generator. Okay.
Well, I've seen that. Yeah. And then actually a really cool function is if you change the name halfway through the book, it'll go back and it'll replace them all for you.
Really?
Yep.
I legitimately just use like find and replace for that constantly.
No, but this
all the
one's better.
time. Oh my
And then
God.
you just use the find and replace to just make sure there's no errors. You know,
That's
like
hilarious. So there you go. Yeah, so I'm going to show somebody how to use that this afternoon.
Awesome.
So yeah,
you helping people.
I know it's nice. It's nice. I won't make a habit out of it. Don't worry. But it's cool to like know people. I'm still in that like I know people phase from my Gainesville book event. I can't believe it. Didn't know I knew people.
Now you know. Now you know. I'm in the.
They're all real. The people on the internet are real.
No,
Heather.
I don't believe it. I have yet to see that. Well, we have some events coming up that
we do. Maybe
our listeners could help us prove that the internet is real. And
that's
show
right.
up and help us make some fun with that. So we have to hammer out the details with Lori, but we've got a book event in Maryland coming up in August.
Yeah, Mark, put August 1st on your calendar if you are in the Mid-Atlantic and you can come to like the Baltimore County area. We're going to have a really cool book event. We just haven't
decided all the details yet.
Yeah, but it's going to be like multi-author and there might be other stuff involved and it's all going to be horsey.
Yeah, I think it'll be super really fun. Cool. And
August 1st.
And then of course we have Equine Affair. And then we're cooking up a little something for next winter spring.
We sure are, and it's pretty epic.
It is actually amazing.
It really, truly is. And I'm going to shout out my July events, the 15th in Saratoga, at Impressions of Saratoga, and the 17th at the Dog-Eared Book in Palmyra, New York. I will be at those with the Jump and probably some of the eventing series. And if you want anything specific, you can tell me ahead of time and I'll bring it with me. Just have to email me and let me know. Yeah.
Perfect. We have some fun things coming up.
I'm excited. It's a good year.
It is.
And my year is all like, the second half of it is just loaded with like vacation time because the first half has been all work. So
I've got the Iceland trip. You know, I've got
when is that?
So I've got Alaska in May, and then I have Iceland in August.
Oh my!
Yeah,
I don't think I'm. Oh, so we're doing the Maryland event in August, and then I don't think I'm doing anything else in August. In September, I have a cruise. In October, I'm going to the Keys. In November, we have Equine Affair. And I have a companion pass to use up by the end of December, so I'm going somewhere in December too. I haven't decided where yet.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm a single mom, so I got to save a little bit of money. But next year, we have some things we're cooking.
We got some stuff. You might be hanging out with us more than you expected.
Yeah, in a good way,
and you'll like it.
You will like it. Damn it!
Yay!
Thank you for being a little weird with us, horse girls. If you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the podcast on your player of choice. Follow us on Instagram at Adulting with Horses Podcast, or even better, join our Adulting with Horses Clubhouse on Facebook, where you can become part of the show. Also, it's a great place to meet other horse crazy women. Thanks, and see you next time.